Abundance, my people, abundance. Abundance. Abundance, supreme. Abundance. Abundance, my people, abundance, supreme, abundance. I see you, sister. Abundance. Abundance. Yes, you definitely made it. Abundance. Supreme. Supreme abundance to you. My divine brothers, my divine galactic, angelic, benevolent beings. Abundance. 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 Supreme. So right now I'm going to take this time, my people, to ask anybody to have any questions regarding anything that I have been stating and my opinions. It ain't even my opinions, just the scientific information that has been coming out, or any information, or even with the fact that the things that have been going on around the planet that the government has been keeping you away from. More importantly, our brothers and sisters, the pyramid crabs, the black crabs, the light crabs, the angelic beings that are hovering, changing colors. I mean, so you have any questions? Any questions about that? Any questions about when we speak about genetics, how genetics do not create racism or hatred? It doesn't create anger. It actually creates an identity, so that way that you would know who you are. And the reason why a lot of people have problems with one another is, or themselves, and is because they don't know who they are. This is the one thing that so-called black people in America keep having the biggest fruitless conversation about. You see, it's just being honest. All we do is regurgitate the same thing that was regurgitated yesterday. No disrespect to Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, none of those guys. You know what I'm saying? Marcus Garvey, all the great. I have nothing but respect and admiration for those brothers, and even the sisters that came before them. But to understand that genetics is a whole nother different story. That's just being honest. I got much respect for Dr. Dilbert Blair, much respect for Bobby Hemmett, much respect for Young Pharaoh, much respect for individuals that spoke directly about genetics. Isis Sister Cress's Isis Wilson. I have nothing but respect for her. You know, I have respect for these people. You know, it's just being honest. I don't have no how do I find out if I am eukaryotic or prokaryotic? All you gotta do is just listen. If you even have that in question, the thing is this: look at your family tree. That's what they tell you, and you look at your immediate family tree. Look at your grandmother and look at the females on the side. Look at the female side of the tree, because everything passed down through the female. When it comes to so-called black people, everything passed through the female. With other races of people, anybody can be any organism can be the mother. Any organism can be the creator of the sex of that organism, meaning that the father can say, I created a male. Either one of them. With us, everything goes through the female. So I would say, look at your immediate tree. Look at what your mother looked like. Look at what her mother looked like. Look at what her mother looked like. I'm quite sure they have these images and pictures. You know, and this is and then you after you look at that, you can look at your own self, look at your genetic makeup. You can go to the doctors and ask these people these questions. You can ask these doctors, what is my genetics in my DNA? What does it says? Not what this is why they give you 23andMe. What is your 23 ancestors? And you know that's a lie and a hoax. That was just to get people blood. More importantly, so-called black people, because we the only ones that's confused at the most part. We the only organic species on this planet that don't know where we're from. We're the only ones. Everyone else don't know where they're from, because they're trying to figure out on every continent. They're not original there. They're not the original people. So they like, wait a minute, if I do ancestry and find my blood work, it'll trace me back what? And they always go back to Africa, but it's a certain part of Africa that they always get traced back to, the northern part of Africa. Why is that? Ask yourself that question. So understand and overstand, man. This is, any questions that you have, I'm gonna answer your questions. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a biologist. I'm not a geneticist. I'm not a chemist. I'm not a neurologist. I'm none of that. I just study and use their terminology. I study and understand and overstand their terminology. So therefore, this is why you don't never see a cardiologist and a neurologist in church, nor do you see them arguing about history and where they're from. You're not going to see that. And if you don't like the fact that Kala is always going to be talking about chromosomes, biological cellular makeup, if you don't like that, then and also astrophysics as far as dealing with the radiation levels of the sun, the energy that is coming off from the sun, then you can just log out. You can go ahead and be a part of the sheeple. I don't mind you being a part of the sheeple. Go ahead. Because you can go ahead and stick your head in the sand all you want. It's still not gonna deter what's happening, and that's the sun. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna change what's happening. You get mad at me all you want. So call it whatever you want. It's happening. It's happening fast too. It's happening more quicker than people expected. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I just got finished. I was in a group just now in Twitter. I just texted the scientists that literally did a whole video regarding and breaking down, first of all, giving his track history and proving his credentials, and speaking about the independent climatologists, geologists, astrophysicists that are stating that the planet is going to become almost unlivable within 6 years. In 13 years, we have a Mars-like planet if we don't stop doing what we're doing. So whatever we're doing today, if we don't stop what we're doing today, that's what's heading our way. Now, let me ask you an honest question between you and I, and look yourself in the mirror when you answer this question before you answer it to me. Do you honestly think they stopping what they doing? Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. For what? Why? If I can't have it, you can't have it. Just like a person that become addicted to something that they can't give up because it's so comfortable for them. So the lifestyle that you have been addicted to have been so comfortable for you. What you don't understand is that you're going to react, or this entity wants you to react just like it's going to react because it no longer has control. It wants you to react the same way with misery, anger, upset, disappointment. It wants you to act that way. So, let me do a commercial real quick. Is there anybody in here that needs to be blocked? Because I know I haven't done that in a while. I haven't done my Decay Matumbo in a minute. We riding already down. They already fallen. The moment that they enslaved up is the way the moment that they enslaved themselves. See, listen, what you don't know, many, many years ago, because all this was carved on the pyramids. Why you think they got helicopters, submarines, tanks carved on the pyramids? And the pyramids are thousands of millions of years old. I don't know. They keep being refurbished because we keep going through this. I don't know why y'all not understanding this. They keep becoming refurbished. So anyway, for the people that sit there and think that they're not falling, our ancient ancestors told them many sunrises ago that you may not suffer, but your children's children will suffer for what you are doing to us today. And see, they got comfortable with what they were doing. The entity got comfortable with how he was eating or it was eating. And it's okay. It's cool. I can't, that's a good question. So let me just say this to you. Why do women think we are trying to minimize them? Why do women think we are trying to minimize them when we tell them the truth about the sacred divinity to the planet? Well, I don't think women trying to minimize them when it comes to the sacred divinity of the planet. I just think it's like I just think women deal with truth like men deal with truth when it comes to cheating. And I just want you to understand that. So if you know what I'm talking about, then you get what I'm saying to you. And I mean, like, no disrespect. I'm not knocking nobody. It is what it is. It's different from being truthful and it's different from cheating. So I think that women deal with truth like men deal with cheating, because see, when you deal with the truth, you have to change. You have to change your habits. You have to change what you are doing. And some of us have gotten so complacent that we're not going to change. So no matter how much we tell them that the clock is made up by man, the calendar is made up by man, they still will believe it, that it's okay to move with that. Because somewhere along the line, they shut themselves off from the cosmos. The cosmos didn't shut themselves off from them. Why do men cheat? It's not that men cheat. It's that we both, again, this is why I take everything back to anatomy. Everything goes back to anatomy. So understand and overstand something. I want everybody to hear what I have to say. I do not speak about things that will move our race as a whole forward that doesn't have to do with anatomy. So understand that. I don't talk about things that benefit people as individuals, not collectively. So men cheat, boys cheat, because boys are looking to only get their phallus wet. They're just moving. Most boys are moving like dead fish. They just going with the flow. Men don't cheat. Men come and be straightforward and honest. But most women don't want the honesty. Most women want their man to be just with them and only with them and deal with them. Now, DNA, it states that men, it only takes 30 men to can get the entire planet pregnant. For every woman on the planet, it only takes 30 men. So I want women to think about that for a minute. So look at all the men on the planet right now, and it only takes 30 of us to get you pregnant. So if it was one woman on an island with 12 men, and it was one man on another island with 12 women, who would you see flourish the most? They had done a test, and I want y'all to think about this. They had done a test. They had put two groups of people, a group of males and a group of females, one on each island and the other on the other island. They told them to survive. Within 2 days, the women called them and told them to come back and get them, and the men started building and started moving through the forest and making it. So what's happening is, right, a chemical break is needed. So, and this is what the shakeup is getting ready to do to America. It's a chemical break. So, and I totally understand what you are talking about, my brother. Well, excuse me, I don't want to assume my brother melanated sun god. I don't know if it say sun god or sun goddess, because it just say sun and it say G. I don't even know if it say goddess. I just said sun G and then ... So my apologies. But yeah, it is what it is. So women, when we talk about being the divine God of humanity, we talk about being a mother of humanity. This is why I say the age of Aquarius is where the truth is more disturbing than the lie. When women find out that they literally are the controllers of how the development and the growth of children's brain grow, because I am a boy or embryo before I become a male and a man. Before I become a young man and a man, not a male, but I am an embryo and a young boy before I become a younger male and a grown man. So I get my teachings, my foundations and my teachings is going to be from 0 to 7 or 9 years old. And most of my teachings is going to come through you. So how you treat the father, how the father treats you, the respect level, and how you submit to the father is going to play a role in me as a man. Because the father is going to see things in me that you're not going to see as a nurturing woman. So when he see things as a weakness, when he sit there and say, like, for example, let me give an example. Let me give an example. Right. When a male starts to get to a certain age, it doesn't make a difference who it is. Let's just say we sitting down in the living room and mom making dinner. Mom brings in dinner. And dad's sitting there, and then she brings the son dinner first. and dad comes in, or dad not sitting there, dad comes in, but son in there, he eating. However the case may be, son is eating first. That's disrespectful to the home. And we don't have that foundation like that no more because women don't see that as being disrespectful, because that's your son. Your son, he's going to grow up and grow out. That's your man right there. That's another part of you. That's your connecting energy. He's going to get another energy. You shouldn't do for your son what you should do for your man. That's just being honest. That's just being real. But nobody wants to. No, I ain't. Come on, let's go live and let's talk about your creator. Now let's go live and let's talk about your creator. But yeah, and that's just being honest, because we're grooming him to be. All right, let's talk about your creator.
Peace, brother.
What's going on? What's up with your creator?
I'm behind you, and I love everything you're doing. We gotta talk about melanin. Melanin.
What's to talk? What else to talk about it?
So what I always thought about how black people are gonna get our reparations, right?
What reparations?
Exactly. But you know what we have to do? We have to figure out how we can sell our melanin in our body. Think of
All right. All right. So anyway, let me just say this to y'all, right? When we talk about reparations, right, to my people, to my brothers and sisters, and I'm not talking about the caller that was the brother that was just on there. I'm not talking about him. I'm past that. So I'm past that. I just want to say one thing. When we talk about reparations, right? You want somebody to pay you for you letting them beat your ass. That's like your child. Ask your child right now. Would you would you would you give your mom and dad money to beat your ass? Ask your child that. So somebody's supposed to give you reparations for your ass whipping and the theft of your planet. They would never be able to pay you back for what they have done to you and what they are taking from, continuing to take from you. They will never be able to pay that back to you. So why would we look forward to that? That's just like, this is why America is so in debt to China. And anybody don't understand, this is why the money is going to collapse, because you know why? Because they could never pay the debt back. That's why China owns majority of America and Bill Gates. This is what you can't pay it back. So you expect somebody to pay you for beating you? You let them do it. You let them confiscate your land. You let them tell you something in their language, and you had to master their language in order for you to. And you let them tell you something in their language, take something from you that's physically connected to you. That language is not connected to you. The planet is biologically connected to you, and then sell it back to you. And then now I'm supposed to beat my. I'm supposed to pay you after you did that. You supposed to give me reparations for that. That's why I tell my people, like, we have to be mindful about who we are dealing with and who we are listening to. Most of our people don't want change. They don't really want change. They want to continue on doing what they're doing. They like this shit. They like living like this. They like complaining about life. They don't really want to live. They just want to exist. That's a real shit. I'm not talking about what part of the country I'm from, what part of the planet I'm from, what part of the where are they from? Nobody seems to ask that question. Nobody seems to want to answer. Nobody seems to ask that question, and nobody seems to be able to answer it. Where did they come from? So again, like, I mean, it is what it is. I just got a phone call before I got on live here from my man Jeff over Jersey, and I was like, yo, I was dead in here like nodding out. I was tired, but he's like, yo, man, the sky is so active right now at nighttime over in Jersey. Yeah, I know it's active out there. It's popping. It ain't just Jersey. It's popping. East Coast, West Coast, Central America, Africa, Brazil. We all over this mother French toast this thing, babe. It's going seriously. It's going down. Yo, my people, y'all gotta understand something. Some people like y'all doing like when a brother came in here talk about you gotta sell your money. People talk about getting money. People that y'all don't know this is the very reason why the universe is reacting the way she reacting because we feel like we got to give money. The sky is red in Dallas right now. I can believe it because all that energy right now with the football games and so forth. This is real serious. This is why Sunday they have. Have you ever noticed whenever there ever been a football game on Black Friday? Whenever there been a football game on Black Friday, and all the slaughtering that took place between up in New York with black people, and even down all down the East Coast down to Florida, all the slaughter of black people, and the two teams that are playing, Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets, and they sold us on the stock market. Look at this shit right in front of our faces, right? God, right? Hot damn, right in front of our faces. See what I'm saying to you? Right in front of what? Look at all the distraction. You got football on Thursday, Friday, Sunday, Monday. You got just football. All the distraction. Abundance, my brother. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the support. I appreciate you, man. And you already know, man. Hitting in plain sight, y'all know. It's right in front of us. It make you laugh. It's sad, but it make you laugh because I really have empathy for my brothers and sisters in Dominican Congo, Republic of Congo. I have just not there, but all across the world. We are suffering, and then I hear some of the same old rhetoric of yesterday that they are not. We're different from our brothers and sisters from Africa. We may be from different stars, but we are from the same solar system, which means we are genetically connected to one another. Just like a honeybee in South Africa, you can bring a honeybee right now. You can bring one honeybee right now from South Africa, and you can bring it all the way over to America and then put it inside of a hive, and they will treat that honeybee as if it's one of their own family members, unless it's a queen, because now the queen got to go build her own hive. Now, why is that? Come on, man, we got to be better than this. All African people ain't our people. They not our brothers and sisters. They ain't this, that, and the third. Like that, they different from us. Oh, yo, okay, okay. You can tell we're from the genetically, we have the same composition. But our bloodline reached back to the stars. So let's just say they from star system A and we from star system B. Or they from star system B and we from star system A. Makes a bit of a difference. But we go back there. People that go back there shouldn't be able to divide people that's from there. So people that are not from there shouldn't be able to divide people from there. That's all I'm saying. So we have the same rhetoric going back and forth about all African brothers and sisters enslaved us. Okay, that was yesterday. We moving forward from that. We enslaved each other too, but that doesn't give another species the right to do it. So any other race or species that sit back and talk about, well, y'all enslaved y'all each other, we call each other niggas too. But that don't mean that you can call me a nigga after you done called us that in a derogatory term for quite some time. That's the problem. It's not monkey see, monkey do because I'm not a monkey, but you are. You see, that's why you monkey see, monkey do. That's all I'm saying to you. So it's the same rhetoric. We need better laws. We need to study the laws. You know what laws is? Land, air, and water. And look at your land, because you got landlords because you rent. You got a mortgage, which is mean you die. Mortgage, mortuary, which you die, and you earn a living, which you put ashes in an urn. I mean, it's just right in front of your face. But when we say this to people, it's like, oh no, you just it just sounds good. You just doing good wordplay. Like what I just stated makes no sense. But the invisible man in the sky and the invisible evil motherfucker underneath the ground makes more sense. That makes more sense. So we just go the same rhetoric, arguing back and forth about what we should be doing with our brothers and sisters and how we should be trading and how they should be trading with us. The first thing that we should be doing is put an all-out stop that our children are no longer participating in any athletic programs of Western ideology or any other culture other than our own. And we're not even playing sports no more. It's time for us to stop using our physical body and start using our minds and then go back to using our physical bodies, because that is what's taking place with the planet, what y'all don't really know. Y'all really don't know. See, everybody looking at when the power go out, oh my God, I'm going to be in survival mode. I'm going to be scared, this, that, and the third. No, you're going to be in thinking mode. You got two things, thinking or survival. So what you going to be into? Motherfuckers that got too much weight on them, got too many parasites in them, got too much fat, too much acid, mucus, inflammation. Yeah, you're gonna be in panic mode. You're gonna be in flight, fight, or freeze mode. You're gonna be kill or be killed mode. That's what you're gonna be in. See, it's the same rhetoric, and our children are suffering continuously, day by day, day in, day out, day in and day out, day in and day out. Our children, and we wonder why our children look at us and don't have the respect level that that our children had back in ancient times, or even back when we were in slavery. Our children, we loved each other. We had family values, morals, and ethics. We never put money above a family. We never did that. We never put a Western ideology amongst growing a village. We never did that. We never had to rely on their scientific medicine. We never had to rely on that. They relied on us. When the slave master was sick, who did they go get? They went to go get that witch that went into the woods that knew what to get. She knew what herbs and get. All their medicine come from plants and herbs in the forest. They go into Africa. I know a brother from Gambia to tell me. He said they go into Africa and get a plant that has to do with the eyes, to deal with eyes. They ban it. They don't even let shit come into America. Certain things they don't even let come into America from other countries that will literally heal you instantaneously. Get this shit up out of your body. Flush it completely out of your body. Because our melanin is constantly trying to heal your body. So now you start putting the herbs in with your body, and you end up getting the sunlight, and you're putting eating the right fruits that's giving you the right vitality. You good to go. But everybody on here want to have conversations, fruitless and meaningless conversations about where we from, where we go, and what is the earth flat around, and this, that, and the third. It has nothing to do with life and what's going on right now. Meanwhile, this entity is sitting back laughing. I told y'all, what did we gain from Alabama? That brawl. What did we gain from that? We didn't get nothing. We didn't get nothing from it. We didn't gain nothing from it. Some of the people that even jumped in to rescue the man, stepped in, the man even got charged with. Now, what type of shit is that? And the man being abused for his doing a job. See what I'm telling you? So it don't make a difference. This is what this is what I'll tell y'all. Everything goes back to anatomy. You must understand the psychological state of the individual. In order for you to understand the psychological state of the individual, you got to understand his genealogy. And when you understand that, now you can understand why these people can have everything that they want and they can still be violent, why they can still kill with no problem. You have to understand this. These people are completely unsafe, unsafe amongst themselves. So that makes them even more unsafe against with us. This is what y'all not understand. So this is why they shadow ban my videos, because see, I'm on them chromosomes. I'm on that neurology, how that brain develop. I'm on them genes. You understand them gene sequences, them alleles. Yeah, I'm on that. I'm on them. I'm on that haploid. I'm on them diploids. I'm on that, because you can't alter natural reality. You can't change. Excuse me. You can fuck with it, but you can't change nature. You can't do it. So I'm on all that, and this is why they shadow ban. Not only that, not only am I on the genetics, but I'm pairing it to the cosmos. I'm not pairing it to myself as an individual. I'm pairing it to a collective group of species of all life. See, we're all one. See, me and a honey be like this. Me and a turtle like this. I'm all one. I don't look down at the ant and be like, oh, you small peasant. Nah, you good. You good? I'm good. Appreciate you. Thank you for your job that you do. Appreciate you. Abundance and gratitude to you. See, and this is why we're going back to nature, and nature is supposed to welcome you with open arms. Think about that. After all the brutal shit that we have capitulated to destroy nature to be a part of this world, nature is getting ready to welcome you with open arms. They get ready to feed you. They get ready to clothe you. They get ready to do all this shit for you. Give you the medicines and nutrients that you need to get from one sunrise to the next. And they're going to keep your planet clean. That's what nature go ready to do. When the bodies are dead, they starting to rot up. They're gonna go back into the earth and fertilize the earth and bring up other shit, and other insects and stuff is going to eat it to keep it. Nature is going to do that for you. They're going to welcome you back with open arms, but we got to give back though. We got to get back to nature. See, we think this tragedy that's taking place with the bodies and stuff, we think all this going, no, it's not. We got to pay back nature. Thank you, tree. Thank you, you know what I'm saying? Ant. Thank you, beetle. You understand? Thank you, butterfly. Thank you, caterpillar. Thank you, honeybee. We got to get back to nature. And because you wasn't willingly able to get back to nature while you were in your vehicle or while your vehicle was working operational, hijacking energy through your nucleus, aka battery that's inside of you. That's where you can operate. Now you got to get back to nature. Yeah, we all are all one to a certain extent. When it comes to genetics, we're all not all one. Because I got to ask you a question: is nature all one? Yes, it is. But is an elephant all one with nature? No, it's not. Because you know why? Because every animal in nature doesn't move like an elephant. It doesn't eat like an elephant because it doesn't share the same genetic composition, although it may surf and navigate the same plane. No, each individual animal in nature has its own uh, 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 food blueprint on what it should be eating inside of its DNA. And look at how many animals. It's over 11,000 different birds. All birds don't eat the same thing. Just with birds alone. So just think about other animals. It's about 5 to 7 maybe groups of different ants. So just think about that. So why are we as a human species, when we're supposed to be different, Italian, Asian, Japanese, Philippine, Taiwan, Korean, Russian, if we supposed to be so many different, India, you understand? If we supposed to be so different, Spain, if we supposed to be so different like in nature, why are we all eating the same? For the most part, we're all eating animals. Let's just make that very clear for the most part. And I don't, excuse me, and I'm not disrespecting anyone that's holistic, that's a vegan. I have much respect and power to you that you was born into that and you were eating like that since day one. But we're talking about as a whole, not you and your family as an individual or your tribe. We talk about as a whole because the planet is full of sickness. Mental sickness equals physical sickness. So no matter what because a lot of people that we think on television, a lot of people that we think are not the most mental ill are the ones that are on television in suits and ties and telling you how you should be living inside your household. That's the most mental ill people that are walking on the planet. The ones that have the most power, the power to push a button and send off a rocket. You're dealing with the most mentally ill people. That's a fact. Seriously, honestly. And most of the people that are in position to write laws to dictate to you what you should do in your home and your family are descendants of slave owners. That's a fact. So whenever post a video and I put down your thoughts, my people, that doesn't mean I disagree or agree with the video. I just ask some people intellectual opinion and understand. I respect the way that my people speak and articulate themselves because I understand from speaking hood terminology and not reading and not sharpening your brain and then being able to sharpen your vocabulary. So I completely understand and understand that. However, so therefore I'm able to, but I also can understand street slang. So when I post certain videos, because it doesn't fit your etiquette of terminology, that doesn't mean that you're missing the message. And all that's all I say. When some people listen to people, the people that are going to be the ones that are the strongest and those that are spiritual. When I see spiritual that can breathe, that can think, that make calculus decision, these people are not going to come across like your people of yesterday. The people that you see in suits and ties and reading 30,000 books but can't comprehend anything that they are reading. These people are going to know and think for themselves and say, no, I'm not doing that shit. Whether I know it's right or wrong, just like you have people on this planet right now when they was telling us early back in the day that we evolved from monkeys and majority of our people believed it. But there were other people that said, no, man, I don't give a fuck what they say. We ain't from monkeys. I don't know how to explain it. My G, as I'm rolling this motherfucking weed up, you understand it, playing this card game and smoking and drinking on this motherfucking corn liquor. But I can tell you one motherfucking thing, we ain't evolved from monkeys. So when you be listening to people like that, you look at people and be like, nah, why would I listen to him? He drinking corn liquor. He don't know what he talking about. He crazy or she crazy. Look at her. Most of the people that you see, a lot of them bums, and you would consider bums or homeless people, and they be sitting there talking to themselves and they be saying some shit out of their mouth. You so ignorant, you ain't even really listening to what they saying because they talking to spiritual beings, bro. And more than likely, because of the condition that they are in, they speaking to higher principle beings. This is what you don't understand. And that's a fact. Call it what you want. Call it what you want. So I listen. I come on here and share my vibe and vibe with y'all, my people. I don't come in here to change anyone's opinion and none of that. I want you to think it for yourself. I want you to be an independent thinker and be free for yourself and know that you don't need any government to run your life. Point blank and simple. And more importantly, we definitely don't need anyone teaching your children. So I would say this to any mother out there or future mother. No one should be touching and teaching your children. I'll tell you what, when an elephant mother go give birth, go in there and try to touch her kid and say, well, I'm a teacher because I'm more advanced than you are. Do the elephant look at the motherfucking human and say, you're more advanced than me, so you can go ahead and take my baby and study it and teach it? No, the fuck you don't. Do the hippopotamus say, well, because you're human and you're walking around and riding around in Jeeps and flying shit, so-called aircrafts to Mars, and you can fly a plane from America to Europe, and you invented the clock. Therefore, you know what? Great. You're a messenger of God. Go ahead, you can take my baby and go ahead. Not one animal that's in nature that is a family group, and even more those that are individual, but not one that is a family group that will allow another species to come in and take their babies and teach them and guide them and do medical experiments on them. Point blank and simple. Call it whatever you want. That's basic shit that we all can be doing and be focused on our own people, and we can grow from that. But we won't want to do. We don't want to do that. So what's going to happen is we need a complete, total shakeup, and that shakeup is going to involve the sun, the separation, genetics. You understand? See what y'all don't know, and this is what's so funny is that as above, so below, as without is so within. The planet itself is a fucking cell. It's a single cell. You don't see a planet saying it's half Earth and half Venus. You don't see Venus saying I'm half Venus and half Uranus. You see a single cell. You don't see the sun saying I'm half sun and half fucking moon. That doesn't make any sense. It's not natural. So to sit there and think that, and then a single cell is only going to produce single cell organisms, honeybees, wasps, elephants, lions, hyenas, cobras. It's not going to create something that is a mixture of all of those species and then turn around and can't communicate with self, because the whole purpose of consciousness is experience. The whole part of physical of consciousness is being able to experience itself without you would never know that you would have to breathe or know what different smells smell like. You would just be consciousness without the physical vessel. You wouldn't know what an onion or apple, you wouldn't know none about what you produce smell like. You wouldn't know what it tastes like, what it feels like. You wouldn't know any of that. So the universe wants to experience that. That's why it's so important that genetics go hand in hand with what you would call consciousness. And if it didn't, then it wouldn't be so important. It wouldn't be so important for them to attack what? Your genetics. What's the most and what is the most what is the number one organism that they attack on your in your genetics? What is the number one organism that they attack in your genetics? Everything that they sell you attacks the main organism first. And what is that? Let me see if somebody hit me with that positive vibration. What is the number one organism that everything that you have attacks first? What's the number one thing? The number one organism in your body that everything, thank you, the brain, not your gut, the brain, bro. The brain. As soon before the food go down your throat, you have sensory receptors on your tongue that is sending electrical signals to your brain to either send release chemicals to say a good feeling or a negative feeling regarding the food that you are eating, dopamine or adrenaline, and you'd be like, or cortisol. Ugh, I don't like that. Ugh. So it has to hit that first before it hit that first. So understand, my people, understand. That's why everything that you get attacks that first. Everything that we have attacks that first. Everything. Because that's the most important organism in the body. That's the part of the body. That's the part of the body that connects directly to the cosmos. There is no separation from that unless you separate yourself from that. And you separate yourself from that through religion, clocks, calendar, ideologies, and you only accept them if you don't know who you are. And a lot of time, and you don't know who you are 100% of the time is because A, it's being hidden from you through educational system, aka genetics, and B, you don't know who you are because you have so many complications on the planet that when you look around, everything that's natural doesn't. So I posted a picture earlier today or yesterday regarding the dogs and how dogs are now coming down with immune deficiencies, right? Now, and things happening with their eyesight. Now, understand something. The dog is a eukaryotic cell organism. It is a mixed cell. It is a recessive animal. Now, how do we know that this animal is recessive? Now, how do we know that this animal is recessive? Because the wolf is the dog's grandmother. Now tell me, why would the wolf go into a lab and then genetically splice itself down to create the canine, the French poodle, a pocketbook dog, 101 Dalmatians? Why would the wolf splice itself down and create all these other species of animals off of it? It didn't go into the male wolf didn't meet a female wolf, and the female wolf didn't have sex with the male wolf and say, okay, we made a pit bull. That's not what happened. That's called recessive. That's called gene splicing. That's what that's called. So the animals on the planet that you see dying off or having deficiencies, and they speak about COVID or whatever the case may be, or any other virus or disease, are all animals that are not natural to the planet. Like the pig, for example, swine flu, all the other shit that come up with the pig, all that shit is because it's genetically spliced. Point blank and simple. And now the frequency that vibrates to your cells, that low frequency is not allowing your cells to go through its natural evolution. So now mutations start to take place within the cell, and now you see the mutations visually in the organism, whether it's speech, delayed learning, undeveloped brains, dyslexia, skin diseases, as far as cancer, Merkel cell carcinoma. You understand? You see all of these, and these are all come from missing or defect parts in the chromosome. Oh, Kala, why are you talking about this? That's why they shadow ban, bam, shadow ban, bam, shadow ban, bam, shadow ban, bam. See, and then you get the fake accounts, one or two fake accounts. They come up here and talk about, well, man, why you talk about the same thing? Because DNA constantly evolving, nigga. That's why. Just like your televisions, your cell phones, your PlayStations, your games, all of that shit, your cars, your vehicles, everything is a copy of melanin, and melanin constantly evolving. See, do y'all remember I know a lot of y'all may not remember this Terminator, but the Terminator when the bull had went into a lab, right? Not Terminator, excuse me, Transformers, when the bull came to search for Prime, and he put Prime on a ship that had the Dino box on there. And he told Prime when he came to get him that the creators was upset because all these species mixing with species, it messes up the cosmic balance. But the long story short, if you go and look at that video, they was able to manipulate what Transformers was able to do. They were able to create anything, gun, it had a beat speaker. It could do anything. And what color was it? Black. Black. You can go back and look at go back and go go back and look at that. You can go back and look at that Transformers. Just understand that Transformers told you a lot in there, but nobody wants to pay attention to that. But okay. But okay. But okay. But again, like I said to y'all, my people, it is what it is. We're lying to our children, and as we're lying to our children, we're letting another species lie to our children, and then we're allowing social media to control, or we're allowing money to control what we say and how we say things out of our mouth when it comes to the liberation of our people. Simple as that. And not only do we allow money, and we allow the attention from women to control what we say, how we say it out of our mouths. That's just all it is, man. It is what it is. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Because see, you don't make friends when you tell truth. You don't have a bunch of females when you tell truth too. Because when you tell truth, you walk in truth. Because see, now you understand that everybody is not on the same frequency. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is not really looking to better themselves. So let me give you an example for it. Let me give you an example. Let me tell you how you true to yourself. See, if you look at TV and if you look at social media, you will think motherfuckers be in relationships that they having fun all the time. They always chilling, motherfuckers is eating good, they always vibing. And then you be sitting back and you be looking at the relationship you in, you be like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? You forget the fact of the things that you actually did in your relationship, like going out, eat dinner, taking a walk, going places, this, that. You did those things. But there are times that there is a downtime that you might just be sitting there and you might just be chilling. But see, that time right there is the time when people are like, man, I'm bored, I don't know what to do. Because see, you're looking for excitement, and excitement starts right here. And you really don't love and value the person that you're around. Because if you did, then you wouldn't be looking for, you wouldn't be like, yo, it's bored. You wouldn't be like, because you will always be entertaining yourself mentally and physically. You see what I'm saying to you, no matter what it may be, reading, yoga, exercising, y'all having a conversation together, going to take a walk together, y'all always, or silently speaking to each other telepathically. See, you will be literally doing that. You understand what I'm saying to you? You could be on a computer, she could be reading a book, you should be watching TV, she could be cooking dinner, it doesn't make a difference. You can do that. But we look at each other and we be like, oh, they always having fun, they always doing, everybody have that laid back, chill the fuck back time, and I ain't doing shit for the next couple of days. Everybody have that. It happens when, especially when you are in a relationship. It ain't gonna be all peaches and cream, all love and done. You get the excitement, all shit. I miss you. I ain't seen you all day, and then all that shit. That's short term. That's why you're not really. That's to tell the people that have been in real relationships versus people that haven't been in a relationship. See, people that have been in a real relationship know how to make it work and understand. Just being honest. See, a real man don't need you to swing on a pole every day. He doesn't need that. Just being real. So I value my people. I sincerely do, man. I appreciate, you know, us always being able to come on here. You know, when I say us, I mean you and me ready to come on here, and I read the comments and I see the markings on there. I see Chief Why Not, man. I see you in the comments, Chief Why Not, but you keep telling me you evolved out of thin air, bro. Like even air is made of particles, bro. So you gotta tell me how them particles came together. How the particles came together and implement something that couldn't enter inside of those particles. So, I just got to understand that. And then how genetics doesn't go hand in hand with consciousness. That's virtually completely impossible because Consciousness need genetics, and genetics need consciousness. That's why I can do what the cosmos do in the flesh. See, I can do all that. You know, I can do exactly what the sun do because I am the sun in the cosmos. I emit radiation, and they know that. It's called a torus field. So you can look at that up. It's called a torus biofield. Everybody has one, but there's a difference between so-called black people and other races, the people. And that torus field is now unwinding, and the more unwind, the more light be able to come in, and more light be able to emit. So guess what? Showtime, baby. Showtime. There's a billion bot pages on and they be coming out, but they don't come out as much no more because they might come in here and I don't read the comments, but the bots, they really stay away from me no more because I respond to them and I speak right about them genetics. I ain't trying to hear nothing like like one fool try to come out and talk about the moon and the sun and talk about the lighting of the moon. Nigga, the moon and the sun is supposed to be 12 hours apart from each other. Am I not mistaken? That's what I was taught in school. That's what I was seeing before 2012. That's what I was seeing before 2020. I'm an avid sky watcher, so you can kill that shit with me, bro. Let me make that very who the oh Caprice. All right, Caprice. Definitely gonna hit you up. I got you. Yup, you already know. I'll hit you up, Caprice. Yeah, but yeah, the world was definitely that shit wasn't happening, popping in the sky like that. So the moon now is rotating in the sky. If anybody seen the moon today, the moon was up in the sky in the daytime, at least 4 to 5. I'm gonna say no more than 4 to 5 hours apart from the sun. No more than 4 or 5 hours apart. And on top of that, it's rotating. So now the white part, as the moon is setting, is facing the ground. If they're supposed to be on two opposite sides. So how is that possible? If anything, the moon should be lighting up from the other side because the sun should be coming up behind the moon, not in front of the moon. Over here on the East Coast, the sun is setting before the moon. The moon is right behind it, 4 to 5 hours. So I'm just trying to figure out how you try to come with your fake science, how you try to come with your fake account and fake science and think that you think who you think you talking to. You better stop playing with me, man. Y'all fake accounts know who to try who to try, who not to try. See, because what happens is these fake accounts cause I watched this movie called The Creators. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be on that. But I've been on a joint called Murnock. Is it Murnock? Is it yeah, Monarch with Godzilla. I've been on that joint right there, my people. That's on Apple. But I figured out how to it's a joint called freemovie.net. Put that joint in, man. Anything is free. I ain't saying you can put that joint in. I'm gonna just send that to my man. I go right in that joint, I put it in, and I'll be watching it. So, but other than that, though, um, outside of this coming down to a genetic thing, yeah, outside of this coming down to a genetic thing, we can have a difference of opinion, but we should always have respect for one another. We should always have respect for the top 5 movies to watch. When it comes down to genetics, you can watch Underworld. That's a great movie to watch when it comes down a love story in Underworld. Love versus truth. The father had truth and the daughter had love. Point blank and simple. I'm not mad at that, but I understand. But the way they put the movie, all you jokers that's in love, Underworld will make you mad. You see what I'm saying to you? You'll be mad at Victor. And that wasn't her father, but he took her in. You'll be mad at Victor. But Underworld, um, you know, I already said Transformers, but it's only certain Transformers. I like them all, but definitely the one with the dinosaurs. That's the when the Dinobots, that with the pillars. Um, Predator, any Predator movie. Um, uh, I'm watching, like I told you, I'm watching right now. Uh, Lois, Superman and Lois Lane. It's a series. I'm watching that right now, and it's a lot of genetic. It's enough genetic information when they talk in there, when they go in there and they talk about his son, and even with his son, when they speak about his son being able to have his abilities. When Superman was talking to his AI father, you know what, one of the images that they had on they had two images. They had his whole body on a brain. They had his whole body as a projection, and they had his skeletal system, but they had his organ system as well. And you know what organs that they had lit up? His brain. They had his brain lit up. They know everything starts from there. Highlander. I never watched Highlander. I think I gotta get into that. I never watched Highlander. Signs is dope. Yo, that's old though. That was a good movie, but that was a back. Yo, that's old. There's so much shit out here right now that's up to date that you like, wow, like it'll blow your mind. Um, and it's a lot of them is a series, like they seasons. So, but that's definitely a good one. It was another one that I was watching that was Soul. I don't know about this. They Live. That's a big heart forever. What's up, bro? I see you posting them. I see you on Star Family. Well, I see you looking at the people that's watching our brothers and sisters, and they shook to death. They shook to death. Dang, I'm trying to think of another good movie. What movie I was watching the other day? I'm trying to think of another good movie. Um, shit. Let me see. I'm in here. Let me look in the chat. Castlevania. Yo, that's a good animated John. Castlevania, and I haven't checked it out. I saw the like the previews, you know what I mean, the trailer, and I was gonna watch one on, but I never clicked on that. But Castlevania, that's another one. Malibu Most Wanted. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. From You, the Grill is too fine. Mm, mm, Stolen Green. Yeah, I don't know. Mm. I can tell you one thing. Avengers Xfinity Wars with Thanos, that was the truth. That was the truth. See, and people now, mind you, whenever I'm giving you these movies, I'm not giving you these movies because of the action. I'm giving you the movies because of the science and how it connects us and how they're showing us right in front of our faces. So even with the new Marvel movie that came out, it's no coincidence that Samuel L. Jackson is in all black and what they call that the Black Sun. And no coincidence that he got a patch over his left eye. Not only no coincidence that it's all females too. And then look at the colors and the energy that they have. Woo! Woo! Avatar 1 and 2. I can't watch Avatar no more. Avatar 1 was popping. I can't watch it no more. I never watch Avatar 2 because it's so blatant and it's so definitely right truth in your face. See what Avengers and what Avengers and the movies like Predator and them, they don't have the other races and species literally speaking, talking when they speaking about destroying us, like Aliens versus Predator, um, uh, Avatar scene in there, like that really traumatized me. I can't do it no more. The scene when he was talking about you got to get the people to move, and how and the scientists was talking about how everybody is connected to the planet through the trees. They all have a neural network. I couldn't watch it no more after that. After all that was said, it was just sad. So I can't watch that no more. But Avatar, if you're gonna watch it, you can. That's good. The Matrix, I'm always gonna holler out the Matrix. Um, what else? Whenever you want to speak about bloodlines, the last King of Scotland, you can pull that up. That was people got bad at the boy. I can't think of his name for playing that part, but the last King of Scotland, when it comes down to bloodline, uh, that's a movie that actually painted us in a bad light. But there's plenty of other movies. But there's a lot of good movies out there, my people. So listen, I got 18 seconds on here. I'm ready to get up out of here. Woman, child, and man, cosmos and earth, eternal light, each one, reach one. This is how we grow. I see you, my brothers and sisters. Protect yourself at all times with knowledge, sunlight, chlorophyll.